Armageddon.
The white ones are, yeah, they're part of the city.
This is beautiful.
What is circulated to.
Okay, we gave you some time and we watched you coming up the steps and each one went, wow, wow. This is really one of the beautiful places in Israel. And what I like about it, that we can stand here for hours and talk about biblical events that happen around this valley and in this valley. This is one of the best classes for Bible, to learn the Bible. What I will do, I will just mention the headlines of things that happen around us, and then driving in the valley we will add more information. So first of all, we are on the crest of Mount Carmel. Later we're going to talk about the event that happened right here. In that chapter, 1 King chapter 18, Elijah proved the rest of the world that there is only one mighty God. And I think it's not a coincidence that he chose this place, the highest place on Mount Carmel. As well as we can see all this valley, all the people from this valley could see this point. And I'm sure that for generations later, people pointed at this place and told their sons and daughters, this is the place where Elijah proved that there is only one mighty God. In that chapter is mentioned that Elijah ran after the prophets into the brook of Kishon. The brook of Kishon is down in this valley. Now look down, you can see the highway where there is a lot of traffic. A little bit above it, a little bit further, you have a field and like a green winding line. This is the brook of Kishon. Past the highway that is on the foot of the mountain, the brook of Kishon. And the Bible described that the water turned red because of the blood of the prophets. How many prophets we are talking about?
400.
450.
450.
Maybe more? Maybe more?
No,
450,
how many were
the
there?
prophets of Baal. And then 400 prophets of Asherah.
Yeah.
So altogether we talk about 850.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're going to read the scripture and we'll make this event very clear. But there are many other things that happen around this valley. For example, if you look to that direction, far away in the haze, you can see a mountain. This is Mount Gilboa. And if you read the last chapter of 1 Samuel, he described the fight of the Israelites against the Philistines. In that time, Saul was the king, King Saul. And King Saul and his sons died on the mountains of Gilboa. David, that was a friend of Jonathan, cursed the mountain. We're going to be closer to that mountain and we will talk about it. Now a little bit left of the mountain of Gilboa, the direction I'm pointing now, you see a hill. This is the hill of Moreh. And this brings us to another chapter in the Bible, Judges chapter 7. Talks about Gideon that had to fight against the Midianites. And he took his soldiers to drink water from the spring. Again, we are going to talk about it. But it mentioned that the Midianites' camp was from the mountain of Gilboa to the hill of Moreh. You can read it 100 times in the States, no way you can really visually understand it. Here you can see mountain of Gilboa, the hill of Moreh, and the location of the camp of the Midianites. Again, I'm just mentioning the headlines. We're going to be there and talk with more details about it. Now down in the valley you can see an airfield. You see an airfield like two runways in the shape of a V. If you'll take the runway on the left side, it points into a mountain that you see far away, round-shaped mountain. This is Mount Tabor. Judges chapter 4 talks about the prophet Deborah that gave directions to Barak, not Barack Obama, but Barak, the son of Avinoam from the Bible, and directed him from that mountain how to fight against the enemy. So as you can see, just around this valley, so many biblical events happen. And our next visit will be to a place called Megiddo. And if you follow this road, you see on the right end of the valley, there is a road all the way to the far end of it. This is the hill of Megiddo. with 25 levels of civilizations. Must be a good reason for people to build their town 25 times in the same location. We'll talk about this reason when we will be there. And Revelation 16 tells us that there is a place that in the Hebrew tongue it's called Armageddon. That's how the name Armageddon came. Har is a mountain. Megiddo is the name of the place. When you say it in Hebrew together, Har Megiddo, Armageddon. So the valley that you see, especially in that area, but all this big valley, is the valley of Armageddon.